Clinton has been talking a lot on the stump. She finally got around to it, trying to link Bernie Sanders to the Sandy Hook massacre of all the kids and the 6 adults. And Clinton is very pointedly now definitely linking Sanders to that massacre because, as Clinton said, and it's not untrue, although there's no connection whatsoever, but Clinton said that Sanders voted against a bill that would have allowed victims of gun violence, survivors of victims of gun violence, to sue the weapons manufacturers. And Sanders voted against it for what I consider to be fairly rational reasons. Rather than vote against the manufacturer, just make it goddamn impossible to get your hands on an AR-15. And if you want any other sort of weapon, okay, you can have one. Here's what you have to do. But I digress. We talked about that last week.
I couldn't believe it when Senator Sanders said the parents of the Sandy Hook children did not deserve their day in court. Largely because he voted for the bill that gave special protections, immunity from liability to the gun makers and sellers. I was in the Senate at the same time. So was Barack Obama. I voted against it. Barack Obama voted against it. Bernie Sanders voted for it. This has to be a voting issue. We have to organize ourselves to take on this powerful lobby. They know I'm coming after them. They're already coming after me, and I consider that a badge of honor. I will stand with Gabby Giffords any day to take them on.
But here's the truth. According to reader-supported news, in the year of the Sandy Hook massacre, Secretary Clinton approved $120 million in sales for the companies that made the murder weapons that Adam Lanza used to kill 20 children and 6 adults, including a $4 million sale for gunmaker Remington. Clinton used her office to facilitate the very corporate greed she claims to oppose, while enriching and empowering the gun lobby she claims to fight. Investigative journalist Lee Fang, who works for The Intercept, recently tweeted a link to a Pentagon document showing the arms sold by U.S. companies around the world in 2012. The document shows Clinton approved a sale of over $4 million by the Remington Arms Company of New York. This is particularly notable because Remington is the same gun maker that makes the AR-15 semi-auto weapon used by Lanza in that massacre. All foreign weapons sales required approval by Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. I didn't know that. Did you? Didn't know that. Anyway, the sales include over $100 million of gun sales in 2012 alone. A huge fraction of these were handheld guns manufactured by household name gun makers, Colt, Beretta, and Remington. Anyway, that document shows, wait a minute, there's a little more here. Lee Fang, the Intercept reporter, found bankruptcy documents that proved Colt Defense was funding the NRA. Business Insider reports that, quote, the bulk of the group's money now comes in the form of contributions, grants, royalty income, and advertising, much of it originating from gun industry sources. That's money to run the NRA. NRA donors also include Beretta USA, for which Clinton approved $6.4 million in sales that year. These are sales that go to foreign governments. And the Pentagon document also shows that Clinton that year approved over $100 million in ammunition sales by Alliant Tech Systems, which is the parent company of Savage Arms, which makes the MK2F bolt-action rifle that Lanza used to kill his mother. And while she was Secretary of State, according to these investigative reporters, Clinton was particularly generous with sales approvals for weapons manufacturers. David Sirota and Andrew Perez have shown that she oversaw an 80% increase in weapons sales approvals compared to Secretary Condoleezza Rice. General Dynamics was approved by Hillary Clinton to sell $103 million of ammunition in 2012. Oh, and General Dynamics is represented in Washington by, here's a surprise, the Podesta Group. There they are again. Those fuckers are everywhere, aren't they? Huh? The Podesta Group. The lobbying firm co-founded by Mrs. Clinton's presidential campaign chair, John Podesta, and currently run by his brother. Those are tight little circles, aren't they? John Podesta recently held a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton's campaign that was co-hosted by longtime NRA lobbyist Jeff Forbes, as exposed by Zaid Jilani, another investigative writer. Over her career, Clinton has received millions of dollars in various forms of support from major gun manufacturing investors, including $2,475,000 in speaking fees and $1,700,000 in donations to her foundation. This is what passes for a progressive candidate from the Democratic Party. I mean, and Clinton knows, she knows, that these mealy-mouthed shitheads who conduct these so-called debates are never going to ask questions like this. But they will ask questions about, Mrs. Clinton, Mr. Sanders said that you weren't qualified to be president. How do you respond to that? Tell them what you think of that. Fuckheads.